Welcome to our channel. Please subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. If you have not watched the first part, you will find it in the description. Watch it to understand the events. Now I leave you with the story. The Forgotten Dollmaker Part 2. Chapter 3, The Curse Unleashed. In the wake of the unintended activation of the Forgotten Ritual, the workshop transformed into a stage for a macabre performance. The dolls, now animated by a vengeful force, stood as silent witnesses to the grievances of the past, their porcelain eyes glowing with an otherworldly intensity. With a malevolent rhythm guiding their movements, the vengeful dolls embarked on a haunting quest for retribution against those who wronged them and Elias. The dissonant melody that had once haunted Elias now echoed through the night, signaling the dolls to commence their spectral journey. Each step resonated with a purpose that transcended the boundaries of the forgotten town. The vengeful dolls moved in unison, a silent army driven by an insatiable thirst for justice. Their first destination was the town square, where Elias had once been accused and condemned. The dolls, fueled by the malevolent force that coursed through their porcelain forms, stood in eerie silence beneath the moonlit sky. The memories of betrayal and false accusations imbued them with a relentless determination to expose the truth. As the dolls moved through the town's darkened streets, the rhythmic echo of their footsteps seemed to awaken the dormant shadows. The malevolent force that guided them resonated with the energy of unresolved grievances, creating an atmosphere charged with supernatural tension. The vengeful dolls arrived at the homes of those who had wronged them and Elias. Their eyes, glowing with an ethereal intensity, bore witness to the memories etched within the walls. The dolls, driven by the spectral symphony, sought to confront the perpetrators and unveil the secrets that had bound them to this dark tale. Each encounter unfolded like a haunting dance, the vengeful dolls confronting those whose actions had condemned them to an existence of resentment and vengeance. The malevolent force compelled the dolls to express the suppressed emotions of the past, revealing the injustices that had fueled their thirst for retribution. As the vengeful dolls moved through the town, their quest for justice echoed with a relentless rhythm, leaving an indelible mark on the spectral tapestry of the forgotten town. The malevolent force, now a puppeteer orchestrating a haunting symphony, guided the dolls towards a climax of supernatural reckoning, where the boundaries between the living and the spectral would blur in a crescendo of vengeance and spectral justice. The workshop, shrouded in an otherworldly aura, became the stage for the ephemeral awakening of the dolls. As the haunting melody intensified, the porcelain figures stirred with a life that transcended the boundaries of the material world. The first signs of their awakening manifested in the ethereal glow emanating from their eyes, an otherworldly intensity that pierced through the shadows. Elias Blackwood, still captivated by the memories unraveling around him, felt a subtle shift in the workshop's atmosphere. The dolls, arranged in haunting poses and draped in forgotten memories, began to resonate with the spectral energy that filled the air. Their eyes, once static and lifeless, now glowed with a supernatural luminescence, reflecting the malevolent force that had been unleashed. The workshop seemed to hold its breath as the dolls, one by one, blinked into an ephemeral existence. The rhythmic beats of the haunting melody synchronized with their movements, creating a spectral dance that defied the laws of nature. The dolls, once silent witnesses to Elias's sorrow, were now conduits for the vengeful force seeking retribution. The glow in their eyes mirrored the collective consciousness of the spirits trapped within the porcelain vessels. Memories of betrayal, loss, and injustice pulsed through the workshop, shaping the dolls into vessels of spectral wrath. The dissonant symphony intensified, signaling the dolls to take their first steps towards the haunting quest for revenge. Elias, now aware of the supernatural transformation occurring before him, watched in awe and horror as the dolls, animated by the malevolent force, descended into a spectral ballet. The workshop, bathed in the unearthly glow of the dolls' eyes, became a realm where the living and the spectral coexisted in a surreal harmony. As the dolls moved in graceful yet haunting motions, the intensity of their gaze seemed to pierce through the fabric of reality. The ephemeral awakening marked the inception of a supernatural reckoning, where the line between the mundane and the spectral blurred into a spectral dance of vengeance. The workshop, now a theater for the unfolding supernatural drama, resonated with the haunting melody and the spectral glow of the dolls' eyes. The first signs of their ethereal awakening hinted at a climax where the vengeful force, now embodied in porcelain forms, would confront the injustices of the past and rewrite the symphony of Elias Blackwood's haunted tale. Chapter 4, The Revenge of Forgotten Souls. With their porcelain eyes aglow with an otherworldly intensity, the vengeful dolls emerged from the workshop, embarking on a haunting quest for retribution against those who had wronged them and Elias. The night air vibrated with a supernatural energy as the dolls, guided by the malevolent force and the dissonant melody, moved with an ethereal grace through the forgotten town. Their first destination was the town square, where Elias had faced false accusations and condemnation. The rhythmic echoes of their footsteps seemed to synchronize with the heartbeat of the spectral force that propelled them forward. The dolls, once lifeless creations, now moved with purpose, their eyes fixated on the memories that lingered in the shadows. As the vengeful dolls reached the town square, a spectral symphony enveloped the atmosphere. The malevolent force guided their movements, compelling them to confront the perpetrators of the injustices that had bound them to a tale of sorrow and revenge. The dolls, with a spectral determination, sought to expose the truths buried beneath layers of deception. The first encounter unfolded in a chilling dance, the vengeful dolls confronting those who had condemned Elias. Their porcelain eyes bore into the guilty, each gaze a reflection of the suppressed emotions that had festered in the spectral realm. The dolls, animated by a thirst for justice, began to express the silent grievances that had echoed through the forgotten town. The malevolent force, now the orchestrator of a spectral ballet, compelled the dolls to move through the darkened streets, confronting each figure whose actions had contributed to their tortured existence. The haunting quest for retribution unfolded like a supernatural tapestry, each encounter a stroke in the macabre painting of spectral justice. Elias, drawn into the spectral dance of the vengeful dolls, followed them with a mixture of awe and trepidation. The workshop's haunting melody echoed through the town as the dolls continued their journey, exposing the hidden secrets that had bound them to the dark tapestry of the forgotten town. The malevolent force, channeled through the dolls, intensified the spectral symphony, creating an atmosphere charged with both vengeance and sorrow. The dance of retribution, guided by the rhythmic pulse of the haunting melody, heralded a climax where the boundaries between the living and the spectral would blur in a crescendo of supernatural reckoning. As the vengeful dolls continued their spectral quest through the forgotten town, a chilling atmosphere descended upon the once silent streets. Guided by the malevolent force and the haunting melody, the dolls moved with an ethereal grace, leaving a trail of eerie occurrences in their wake. The first chilling scene unfolded at the town's abandoned square. The dolls, their porcelain eyes glowing with an otherworldly intensity, arranged themselves in a haunting formation. The rhythmic beats of the dissonant melody resonated with the spectral energy, creating an unsettling ambience. Shadows danced along the cobblestone streets, and the air seemed to pulse with the echoes of suppressed memories. As the dolls moved through the darkened alleys, the town became a canvas for their spectral waltz. Eerie occurrences manifested as the malevolent force channeled through them, each step leaving an imprint on the fabric of reality. The dolls, animated by the thirst for revenge, seemed to manipulate the very essence of the surroundings. Windows rattled as the dolls passed by, and the wind carried whispers of long-buried secrets. The spectral symphony intensified, punctuated by haunting laughter and the faint echoes of lamentation. Shadows clung to the dolls like ethereal companions, casting elongated silhouettes that danced with the macabre rhythm of the night. In the town square, an old fountain came to life with an otherworldly glow as the dolls encircled it. The water shimmered with an unnatural luminescence, mirroring the malevolent force that guided their dance. Each ripple seemed to echo the suppressed emotions of the dolls and the spirits trapped within. The dolls entered an abandoned church, where the air felt thick with the weight of forgotten prayers. Candles flickered as the dolls glided through the pews, their spectral forms casting eerie shadows on the ancient walls. The malevolent force seemed to stir the very foundations of the church, invoking a haunting hymn that resonated through the sacred space. As the dolls moved through the town, the spectral waltz unfolded with chilling scenes at every turn. The malevolent force left an indelible mark on the forgotten town, a phantom waltz that blurred the boundaries between the living and the spectral. Elias, trailing behind, witnessed the eerie occurrences with a mix of dread and fascination, knowing that the climax of the supernatural reckoning was drawing near. Chapter 5, Unraveling the Tapestry. As the vengeful dolls continued their spectral waltz through the town, Elias Blackwood, sensing the unleashed curse, felt the weight of the malevolent force hanging in the air. Driven by a mix of dread and determination, Elias retreated to the confines of his workshop, where the haunting melody lingered like a spectral shroud. In the dimly lit workshop, Elias turned his attention to ancient texts and memories, seeking to understand the extent of the doll's malevolence. Dust-covered tomes, filled with the forgotten knowledge of the occult, whispered promises of insight into the supernatural forces at play. Elias, fueled by a sense of urgency, delved into the pages with a trembling hand. The text spoke of forgotten rituals, curses woven into the fabric of reality, and the delicate balance between the living and the spectral. Elias, a student of both craftsmanship and the arcane, deciphered the symbols etched on the workshop floor and recognized them as a gateway to a realm where curses lingered like echoes of the past. Fragmented memories resurfaced as Elias immersed himself in the ancient texts. He recalled tales of forbidden knowledge passed down through generations, warning of the consequences of meddling with forces beyond mortal comprehension. The dolls, once innocent creations, now stood as vessels for a malevolent energy that sought retribution. The haunting melody, a constant companion, seemed to resonate with the ancient whispers, guiding Elias through the labyrinth of forgotten knowledge. The memories of the town's dark history intertwined with the words on the pages, revealing a tapestry of betrayal, forbidden love, and injustices that had birthed the curse. Elias, driven by a fervor to break the malevolent force's hold, performed rituals described in the ancient texts. Incantations echoed through the workshop, and symbols glowed with an eerie intensity. The dolls, momentarily frozen in their spectral waltz, twitched with an unsettling energy as the workshop became a battleground between the living and the supernatural. As Elias delved deeper into the arcane knowledge, the workshop's atmosphere became charged with an otherworldly presence. Whispers of the ancients surrounded him, revealing the tragic origins of the curse that bound the dolls to a quest for revenge. The malevolent force, now aware of Elias's attempts to break its hold, retaliated with heightened intensity, setting the stage for a climactic confrontation between the dollmaker and the spectral symphony that had ensnared the forgotten town. In the workshop's dimly lit embrace, Elias Blackwood continued his journey into the arcane, seeking to unravel the intricate connection between the vengeful dolls and the grudges held by the forgotten souls within them. As ancient texts whispered their secrets, Elias traced the threads of resentment that bound the dolls to a spectral quest for revenge. The malevolent force, now aware of Elias's attempts to sever its hold, intensified its grip, compelling the dolls to reveal the intricacies of the grudges that fueled their spectral waltz. Elias, with a mixture of trepidation and determination, gazed into the eyes of the porcelain figures, where the suppressed memories of the past lay dormant. One doll, adorned with faded lace and a countenance of sorrow, held the essence of a lost love. The memories whispered of a forbidden romance that had ignited the flames of jealousy and betrayal. The doll, animated by the spectral force, conveyed the anguish of a lover wronged, forever bound to seek retribution. Another doll, its porcelain eyes gleaming with the intensity of betrayal, mirrored the grudge held by a former friend. Elias listened as the memories unfolded, revealing a tale of deception and manipulation that had fractured bonds of trust. The doll, now a vessel for the friend's betrayed spirit, moved with a spectral determination to confront the perpetrator. Elias, guided by the ancient knowledge and the haunting melody, discovered that each doll held a unique connection to the grudges of the forgotten souls within them. The malevolent force, channeled through the dolls, sought to express the suppressed emotions of the past, rendering them into a spectral symphony of revenge. As Elias navigated through the labyrinth of interconnected grudges, he realized that the curse was a manifestation of the unresolved injustices that had plagued the forgotten town. The dolls, once silent witnesses to Elias's isolation, became conduits for the voices of the wronged, a spectral ensemble seeking justice in the only way they knew. The workshop, now a theater of revelation, resonated with the echoes of grudges and the dissonant melody. Elias, facing the haunting truth, understood that breaking the curse meant addressing the grievances that lingered in the hearts of the forgotten souls. The intricate connection between the dolls and the grudges held by the spirits within them wove a tapestry of sorrow and retribution, setting the stage for the final act in the spectral drama that gripped the forgotten town.